Reading nonfiction text can often be a bit more difficult for all readers. Usually, nonfiction text has more challenging vocabulary and concepts that require the reader to slow down and be a more careful reader. This will help you comprehend the text on a deeper level. So, how does a reader slow down and read more carefully? One of the easiest ways to get started is to be on the lookout for something that surprises you as you read. As you read the text, find something that makes you say, "Wow, that surprises me," or "I was shocked when I read." This is a great way to begin annotating your text. Mark the spot where you see something surprising with an exclamation point. Additionally, many teachers will have you read nonfiction texts and ask you to take notes or ask you to have a discussion about the text. Often, this can feel overwhelming and confusing because you might be unsure about how to take notes or unsure about what to say or to talk about in a discussion. The solution is easy. While reading the text, be on the lookout for something surprising. Once it's time to discuss or take notes, you can begin with sharing your thinking about the surprising information that you found. Imagine you turned on the evening news and saw this image of a pirate ship traveling down the highway. Immediately, I would feel a sense of surprise and think, "Whoa, I'm surprised to see a pirate ship on the highway because I normally just see cars, trucks, and motorcycles." As you interact with nonfiction, be on the lookout for information that makes you think, "Wow," or "I was shocked about," or "I was so surprised when." These sentence frames will help you with your note-taking and discussion conversations. Once a reader has discovered something surprising, usually a question naturally comes to mind. For example, "I was so surprised to see a pirate ship driving down the highway because I normally only see cars, motorcycles, and trucks. I wonder, is the pirate ship able to travel fast enough to keep up with traffic on the highway, or is it just moving so slow that it's going to cause a traffic jam?" Now I'm going to want to keep listening to the newscast so that I can find an answer to my question. In conclusion, students read a lot of nonfiction at school and throughout their lives. Often, you're going to be asked to share your thinking about what you've read, watched, or listened to. This can be somewhat challenging for some students, but the easiest way to get started is to find something surprising. Surprising information naturally opens up our curiosity and leaves us with questions that we want to ask. Once a reader has a question in mind, it sets a purpose for their reading and helps them focus their attention better on what they're reading. Ultimately, it leads to a better understanding of the text. Now it's time for you to try this reading strategy. Read the shark infographic and on a piece of paper, write a sentence that shows something that surprised you. Remember to include why it surprised you. I'm guessing that a question will naturally come to mind once you find some surprising information, so be sure to write down what the surprise makes you wonder about. It's always important to read a text with a question in mind. This is a fantastic strategy to use in any class to help you with your thinking and note-taking. It's easy to remember and even easier to apply to any nonfiction text.